it doesn't. Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, Earthlings. We've got a ghost story that's just happened to poor India. So, basically, you wanted to, because you know when we're all in the same house at Christmas, you just want some space, and the boat is perfect, isn't it? I do it sometimes. I just go and stay the night. And India said tonight, "Oh, you've just killed our spooky effect."
No, you can't see each other.
Okay. Anyway, India said, "Oh, can I go to the boat? I've got a key." I said, "Do you want to lift there?" And she said, "No, I really want to walk. It's a lovely walk along the beach." So she goes to the boat, and about an hour later, she contacts Ben and says, "Can you come to the boat? I'm scared." And the first thing Faith said was, "I bet it's Sandra. I bet she's just had a Sandra-ism." And sure enough. So, India, Benji, come on, let her speak. So what happened?
I don't know.
You WhatsApped me and said, "How'd you turn the lights on?"
Yeah, that was a bit stupid because I forgot where they were. But I was just chilling where all the chairs were outside, and I started hearing thudding by where your bathroom was, and I was like, it's probably Sandra, because I knew about her anyways, because I heard the story about Ben. And I'm like, okay, it's nothing bad. I'll just leave her to it. She's doing her own thing. I'm fine. But then all I heard was her laugh. And I was like, what?
And it definitely came from the cabin below.
Yeah, it came from the cabin below. And I was freaked out. I was like, okay. And then I messaged Ben saying, "Can you come here? I'm scared." Then that's when he messaged me, "Was it Sandra?" And I go, "I think so." But then when I was waiting for Ben, all I felt was like this, like a weight on the shoulder. And I was like, what is this weight? It feels weird.
That is, I don't care what you say, Faith, it was her who definitely threw me out of the chair that night. I feel it. She's always at the back of the boat. She's always at the stern.
Yeah.
The last time I experienced her was me and Graham, about 3 months ago, when we were doing the YouTube videos, when we were on the boat, and she was stomping around on the back deck, and Graham even got his tonfa, because he thought it was someone breaking in, and we went up and there was nobody on the pontoon, and there's no boats near us, is there?
Yeah.
There's nobody who
At
that
the time
laugh.
there were.
Nigel and Nat are there, but they go to bed early and they never make a sound. But you're sure it was in the bathroom?
Yeah, it was in the bathroom.
Do you remember when you were little? Well, little-ish, you were about 13, and we were all at the Marina bar having a drink, and then Benji appeared. We'd left him on the boat in floods of tears and said, "There's an intruder on the boat." What happened? Speak up a bit as well.
What happened on that day?
Speak up a bit.
Was we all had the radios.
That's right.
Dolphin Spy. And we were all messing about with them. You were messing about, I was messing about. And then we just went to radio silence suddenly.
We took a radio with us to
Yeah.
the bar, and
Yeah.
the first thing you said was, "Why didn't you answer me on the radio?"
Yeah.
I never heard you call.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because you said, "Oh, we turned it off." You were too busy getting pissed in the bar.
We don't get pissed in the bar, it's too expensive.
Okay, still.
We were just in the bar.
Still. Right? I'm there, and it wasn't as much as India, but having lived on the boat for such a long, long time, you know every single sound.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, when you put a toilet seat down, you hear that gong. It was that. But it was in such a way, it was like someone was trying to do it very gently, and then it just touched, but you could still hear it. It was one of them, you think, hang on, what's going on here? Didn't even bother checking it, because I knew...
And again, this was in our bedroom cabin, not because there's 2 toilets on the boat.
Yeah, in the back cabin. And I'm sure that it was Sandra to this day, but at the time I didn't know that, since I knew we left the kitchen window open, and I could climb through it. I probably couldn't these days.
Yeah.
When I was little, I could.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking someone's climbed through that, reached in, grabbed the toilet seat, and then they're, trying to get in.
That's interesting, because, it's only women who would probably put a toilet seat down, isn't it? Isn't it?
What do you mean?
The thing with Sandra
Wait,
is...
what do you mean?
Well, men leave the seat up, so it's usually women who put the seat down.
What's the seat for?
So you don't smell it.
Not the lid, the seat,
Yeah, what's that for?
the lid. It's just a lid, isn't it?
He's talking about the seat.
I don't suppose
Like,
it's
the
essential.
seat that goes like that.
Anyway, we're getting off the
goes
subject there a
inwards.
bit.
It would fall in if it's a woman.
Sandra is a lady
Well,
who, I think she was in her 40s, and
What's the other one for?
Shh, Ben.
Shocking.
And she died very unexpectedly. She was ill. She'd been ill. I don't know exactly what was.
Oh God.
Guys,
She tried nicking my baby
I
hair.
don't know exactly what was wrong with her. She had some sort of illness. Everybody said she was going downhill. She was one of the barmaids in Marina Bay. And her husband came home one night and she was sitting bolt upright in our saloon with her eyes open and she died. And apparently the police were on the boat for about 5 hours. So, and I didn't know anything about that. The guy who sold us the boat never mentioned any of this, funnily enough. And I'd seen Sandra loads of times, and she's quite solid. Sometimes she's see-through and sometimes she's really solid. She's a tiny lady. She's much shorter than me. She's got blonde hair, centre parting in a bob, and she wears a toweling dressing gown and pale blue and white striped pyjamas and slippers. I presume that's what she died in. And I was describing it to a friend of mine in Marina Bay, and he said, "Oh my God, that's Sandra." And he was friends with her, and he was there the night that her husband found her. But I guess what it would be is she knows you, obviously, because
Yeah.
you've been on the boat.
Yeah.
But because you came alone and in the night,
Yeah.
I did wonder when you set off if that would trip her, because we haven't had that much activity from
Yeah.
her. And I wondered if she'd be funny with you, but that's quite sinister of her to laugh
Yeah.
like that. But she
But it
does-
wasn't like a mischievous laugh, it was just a normal laugh, like you're laughing at a joke.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. But she's always in our cabin, she's always at the back of the boat, and she goes up and down the stairs from our cabin and the wheelhouse and the back deck. It's
Yeah.
always the stern of the boat that she seems to... Anyway, there you go. Just thought you'd enjoy that one as a first ghost story of the year. We should have like a ghost vigil or something on the boat, shouldn't we? Not a Ouija board. I don't
Get
like them. But
Priest.
get a priest.
Get them
I think
to
Sandra would like
get them to
those.
baptise the boat or whatever it is they do.
We should talk to her. We should do like a...
We could get a
what's
Ouija
that?
board to talk
Those
to her.
YouTubers called Sam and Colby. We should do a thing.
We
They
get a
usually
Ouija board
use
to
a
talk
Ouija
to her.
boards. Like.
No, I don't want to use a Ouija board. Certainly not in our marina, which is
Yeah.
a battleground
Yeah.
and a ton of dead bodies. Good God, you could pull out all sorts of stuff. The whole area.
Like my name is
Adolf
John.
Hitler.
I don't think Hitler
Wait,
was
when
ever
did, when
done.
did Franco die?
1984-ish.
No, where?
Oh, I don't know. Spain, I'm
Could he
guessing.
have died in La Linea?
Do you think he could have died on Sea Lion? No, I don't think
No,
so.
in La Linea.
Anyway, thoughts, opinions, as always. Would you like us to do a ghost vigil on the boat one night? Don't burn your sleeves, set fire to yourself.